What's going on, Shady people? Shady Penguin here with the video you've all been waiting for. And before we get started, if you can, please make sure you click that like button right below this video. Remember, if this video reaches 900 likes, I will keep at least 2 videos a day coming your way. That is what I say. Now, today, maybe I should have said all of you guys have been waiting for this, but this is the 15K Q&A. It's been like a week or a week and a half now. But I have a bunch of questions from you guys, and Sarah will be joining us towards the end of the video because there weren't that many questions that involved her. So, you know what? You guys didn't want to ask, so we're gonna start. I have what do I have? 78 questions, I think. I saved them all as pictures because I don't know if that's what I should do, but that's what I did. Yeah, 78 questions, and we're just gonna try to. Can I open this in a slideshow? Oh, that just took up the whole entire screen. I don't really like that. I want like a baby slideshow. Nope, forget it. We're not doing a slideshow. All right, so we're gonna start off right now. We got this question right here. Question number 1 comes from, and this is gonna be a long video, so I'm sorry, you guys better buckle in. This question comes from Ryan Lalevi, and hold on, I'm gonna butcher so many names in this video. I'm sorry. Also, I want to say thank you guys so much because this is the 15K Q&A, so I should actually start off by saying thank you for all your support. Actually, now, at the time of uploading this, we have almost 2,100 subs, 21,000 subs on the channel now, which means that a 20K update video will probably be coming over the weekend because I gotta record a lot of stuff these next couple days. I almost said couple gays. Couple days. But thank you guys so much, and we're gonna start with the questions right now because this is gonna be a long video and I want to get started. So Ryan Lalevi says, question: how long did it take to grow? How many hours a day does it take to groom your majestic beard? It's like Seneca's crane, the game maker in the Hunger Games. Beard mega evolved. By the way, congrats on 15K, and I hope your rapid growth continues. It actually doesn't take. I'm gonna try to be mostly serious with these questions. Even though that's kind of a hard question to do with. But it doesn't take that long for my beard to grow. Like the length that it is right now. Let me just look at the screen. I mean, this is probably like a 2-week. If I were to go bald, like if I were to just completely just shave it all off, probably like a 2 to 3 week till it gets to this point. It grows pretty fast. I mean, I guess maybe that's not that fast for some people, but if I shave, I'll have a beard in a week, and then it'll be nice and thick in 2 weeks. So yeah, 2 weeks. It takes 2 weeks to grow. Thank you for your question. Next question comes from Ultraman Kronos. How do you capture your gameplay from your 3DS? I bought a 3DS with a capture board built in. Basically, if you have a 3DS and you want to get involved in making YouTube videos, you should sell your current 3DS and buy one with the capture board in it. Or you can send yours out, but I didn't want to do that, so I sold mine and bought it. I actually have like 7 3DSs because I just can't stop buying them. All right. Zero Gravity 0000 asks, what car do you own? Also, what is your dream car? I own a 2003 Chevy Malibu. I didn't even pick it out myself. I'm paying for it, though, but I didn't pick it out myself. It's not a bad car, though. It hasn't really done anything too horrible to me. I got stuck upstate last winter, so that kind of sucked. Or last Thanksgiving. I don't remember. But my dream car, I don't really have like a super dream car. For a while, I wanted a Charger really bad. And then I wanted a Challenger, and now I don't know. I don't really care that much, I guess, about what I drive. It's not really the most important thing to me. It'll be nice to have a nice car, but I don't really have one. Like, I'm not a huge car guy. Like, I don't have a car that I'm like, yes, that's the car I need. Like, I don't really have that. So, all right. Real S Guo ask, who is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon changes all the time. Like right now, when someone asks me that question right now, I think Crawdon. Like Crawdon's my favorite Pokemon. It hasn't always been my favorite Pokemon, but I definitely like right now, like Crawdon's my favorite Pokemon. So that's my answer. That's my answer, man. Doodoo8339 Abel says, will you be using more UU and U pokes in the future? Not just for the lulz, but to surprise your opponent and to catch him or her off guard. Yes, absolutely. See, no one expects Torkoal to be good, but I love using Torkoal. I think I don't know if Torkoal's NU or I don't know what he is. I don't know what tier he falls into on Smogon, but I definitely like using underused Pokemon. I just have to get around to breeding them. Like I said in a couple videos, it's tough when I record so many videos and work and school and girlfriend and everything, like to breed everything that I would want to breed and every underused Pokemon I'd want to use. So that kind of stinks. Haunter, straight up just Haunter. Haunter asks, Shady, why don't you ever mention your name? Also, I really want to see more Hearthstone. I don't ever mention my name because no one ever asks what my name is. So that's the answer to that question. I'm not even going to mention it because you didn't ask what my name is. Teehee. Kevin Mead, or May, yeah, I think it's Mead. Mead says, I think I subscribed to you when you had about 800 subscribers. And I'm pretty sure I'm too late to submit a question, but what are you majoring in? I'm majoring in business administration at a community college because that's what I'm doing right now, and that's what I'm doing, business administration. Kiba Morales says, Are the Shady Penguin shirts for sale? I want one, smiley face. I want one too. Actually, they're not yet. I'm running into a problem because I can't really throw Delibird on a shirt without Nintendo's permission. So I'm running into a problem making a shirt that I think people will want to buy. I could just make a Keep It Shady text shirt, but I wanted to make it something better. I'm actually looking into right now talking to a designer, I guess you'd call it, a graphic designer. Yeah, graphic designer. And he hasn't gotten back to me yet, but if you guys know any good graphic designers that are really good, like quality stuff, then let me know because I am looking for someone that can do it. Godfrey de la Hoz says, first of all, I want to thank you for all the hard work you put into your videos and the uniqueness that only you can add into each and every one of them. Oh, I'm touched. Second, my question is, what is the process that you go through when choosing what Pokemon to EV train and eventually use in battle? Does it come down to personal preference, how popular the Pokemon is, or is it all based on stats? At this point, it's pretty much what Pokemon I want to use. Like, I'll go and look at what their stats are, but usually I'm like, oh, I really like the way that Pokemon looks. I want to see if I can use it. And then I try to get it involved in a team. Like, Crawdaunt doesn't have the most amazing stats, but I love Crawdaunt. Torkoal has amazing defense, but really no one uses it because it's Torkoal, but I love Torkoal. So when it comes for what Pokemon I choose, it's usually just the Pokemon that I want to use. I guess the competitive side has something to do with it. Like, I like using I'm trying to think of a competitive Pokemon that I really like using. Like, I love using T-Tar because it's so bulky with an Assault Vest. Like, I really like that. So it's a mixture of both. Usually whatever I want to, usually based off looks, to be honest. Mr. Blue Team Penguin says, question, does anybody else in your family play Pokemon? Both my brothers did at one point. They don't really play the way that I play right now. No one else in my family plays the way that I play. I think my older brother's actually going to try playing again. He tried to get involved with X and Y, and he got overwhelmed when he walked into Lumio City. But I think he's trying again. He borrowed my extra copy of Y, so hopefully he plays. I don't know, but he should play. Josie2080 says, I'm a graduating senior and I'm pretty nervous for college, LOL. How did you prepare yourself for going to college? Well, when I first went to college, I was kind of just thrown into it right out of high school, and I was going for computer science, and then I realized I didn't want to do that with my life, and I was working 3 jobs, and I ended up withdrawing after the first semester. So be careful when you're going to college. Start cheap if you're not sure what you want to do, but you should go to school. I'm actually back in school now, and I prepared that way, kind of just mentally. I wasn't in school for 4 years, because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but now I know what I want to do. So I kind of just mentally prepared and said, this is something you have to do. It's not that different from high school. It's just more work and more independent studying. And yeah, it's going to be okay. I wouldn't be too nervous. You'll be fine. Mohammed Gazelle says, Shady, you're an awesome guy, and I'm glad your channel is growing way faster than before because you deserve it. I enjoy all your vids and keep doing what you do. I will. Thank you. And my question is, who is your favorite Pokemon? And another is, who is your favorite bad leader team guy? Again, thanks for all the hard work. So, Crawdaunt's my current favorite Pokemon that always changes all the time. My favorite bad leader team guy is probably, I really like Giovanni. And I know it's cliche and classic, but I think that he's a pretty cool guy. Like, in the games. I'm not so much the anime. I'm not really too versed in the anime anyway. I watched it when I was younger, but I haven't watched current episodes. But Giovanni, like, in the games, he was threatening. That Persian, he was threatening in the games, definitely. So he was definitely my favorite villain. Robert Ota says, Q&A, if you could battle anybody at all, who would it be and why, and who do you think would win? I would probably want to battle Shofu, just because I'd want to battle him. I got to meet him at Apex, and I would really like to battle him. And I don't know who would win. My instinct is to say that he would win. But I mean, you can't judge just by a player who you're gonna play. Like, you could play the best person, they could be having a bad day battling, and then they're gonna lose. So that's what I like about Pokemon battles. Anyone can win. Like, it doesn't matter how much you have backed up. Like, sure, it helps to have all that practice and that skill, like Shofu has. But I would definitely want to play Shofu someday. That'd be really cool. Eduardo Perez asks, "Will you be my boyfriend?" I can't. I'm sorry. There's someone else. But I'll give you my number later. Okay. Mega Vinova says, Sarah's over there. Question for the Q&A. Do you really care about Smogon rules on BattleSpot? Or you only use them because of the viewers? I mean, sleep clause and other clauses. I see no problem at all putting more than one Pokemon to sleep. No one cares about Smogon on BattleSpot. You see that by how much Mega Kangaskhan is used there. I'd say I did care when I first started playing. And for the most part, when I'm recording Road to Ranked, I will go by Smogon rules just because that's what I've played for the past 2 years, 3 years, whenever I've played competitive battling, whether it's small scene or YouTubers or just Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. But when I go to VGC tournaments, or if I do a VGC prep series, I will not give 2 craps about Smogon because the people there do not care about Smogon whatsoever. You'll see Double Dark Void, you'll see Mega Kangaskhan's everywhere. You'll see, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anything goes at VGC. That's the kind of attitude you have to go in there with, which is fine because you want to get the win. So I think that's fine. But for Road to Ranked, I probably really won't be breaking Smogon that much just because it's what I've grown up on. Maybe someday I will. I don't know, but it's just what I do. I just don't like putting more than one Pokemon to sleep. Unless, like, I'm going to win a huge tournament. So, question from Aura Lucario 333. When did you get into competitive Pokemon battling, i.e. what gen? And who would you say was the most influential YouTuber to help you get into the scene? Well, I started competitive battling probably late 4th gen, really early 5th gen. But I was watching competitive battling on YouTube since I was, like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, maybe like 5 years now, 6 years now. Yeah, probably like 6 years. That I've been watching. Yeah, I've been watching for like 6 years. So like probably like 15 that I've been watching it. So, and the rest of his question is, and who would you say was the most influential YouTuber to help you get into the scene? Probably Xenon. Xenon has been one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, and he's just really good at what he does, at explaining. He's level-headed. He's a really nice guy, and definitely he was probably the most influential YouTuber. Definitely to get me involved in the competitive scene. Those were the battles I watched most. So definitely him. David, just straight up David, asks, how long have you been playing Pokemon? What was your first Pokemon game? My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Blue when it came out in 1998. I got it for Christmas, and I played that thing like no tomorrow. But that was definitely my first Pokemon game. Shiny Ninetales 1 asks, do you still live at home with your parents? By the way, the Scyther X-Rays Ovation gives you, I bred it and made it for you. Well, thank you for that, Scizor, Shiny Ninetales 1. I do still live at home with my parents, actually. I live right with them. This is my bedroom, but right outside that door back there, right over there, they're all out there listening to everything I say. Message says, do your friends' family know you play Pokemon, and are you embarrassed by it? Yes, they know, and no, I am not. I am not even remotely embarrassed by the fact that I play Pokemon. I could say there was a time when I was, maybe like high school, like, I guess. Not really, though. I don't know. I've never really been the type to be embarrassed. I mean, I wouldn't go around proclaiming it like I would now. Like now, like I'll tattoo it on my forehead that I play Pokemon. Like that's just how I am now. But I guess when I was a little more insecure, I was a little embarrassed by it. But not no more. Joel Boss asks, where'd you get that sweater? Lol, I got that from my girlfriend who will be coming on the screen in a little while. She got that for me for Christmas. Hardcore Pokemon Bro says, Shady, how do you keep your beard so voluptuous? Well, you'll see me touch it a lot. Like I before I read this question, I was actually touching it. And when you stroke the beard, it makes the beard happy and it wants to stay voluptuous. So that's the secret. Burst Angel Joe 99 says, what's your favorite exotic animal? See, like I don't really have a favorite exotic animal. I was thinking about it, but I really like sea lions. Like I really like sea lions a lot. I mean, I like Arctic Pokemon, Pokemon. I like Arctic animals like penguins, but I really like sea lions. Dolphins are pretty cool too, but I like sea lions. Clay Williams, I don't know if that's an exotic animal, but I can't have it in my house, so I guess it is. It can't be a pet, really. Clay Williams asks, what else do you like to do in your free time besides play Pokemon? I play my guitar a lot. Well, I did play my guitar a lot. I play music. I listen to music. I like looking up new music. I spend time with my girlfriend. And then I play other games. Like I play Hearthstone. I like playing Kingdom Hearts. Pretty much video games, and then chilling with my friends. I spend a lot of time hanging out with friends, definitely. That's my number one thing. And we end up playing video games like Super Smash Brothers or Project M or some poker or anything like that. Marcello234100 asks, have you ever imagined the 15K people watching your videos? And I would like to be like, no, I never imagined it, and it's so great that you guys are here. Because it is so great that you guys are here. But I did imagine it, but just not till like 3 or 4 years down the road. Like I did not imagine it in like 4 months, 3 months of like actually consistently uploading. I did not, I did not expect 15,000 people. It's such a humbling thing. It's just so crazy. Thank you guys. DragonKeeper19 says, hey Shady, I've only been a sub for a couple weeks due to not having much interest in competitive battling, but after watching all of your battles, yes, all of them, it has gotten me pretty pumped about getting into it myself. Currently trying to breed a decent first team for myself, and are there any pointers you're willing to share? Also, a bit of a weird question. Sorry if it's a bit personal. Can making all this content affect your personal life? For example, takes away a lot of time you spend with your other half or any aspects of your life. Thanks again for everything that you are doing and inspiring me to get into something I never would have given a second thought otherwise. Well, you're welcome, because it's a great thing to be a part of. Now, when building a team, I can pretty much just say you're going to want to, when you're first starting out, go on Cerebi. or go on any Smogon and list the Pokemon by their stats. Choose a tier. Start with OU. List the Pokemon by their stats and pick yourself out a physical wall, defensive wall, and make a physical wall and a special wall, and make sure they cover each other's type. Like, don't have like 2 water Pokemon as your walls, as your core. It's called your defensive core. Don't use like 2 water Pokemon. Use like a water Pokemon. If you have a water Pokemon that's weak to electricity, you should have a ground Pokemon that's immune to electricity. That's like a balance. So that's definitely the first thing you should do. And then you want to have like a special attacker, physical attacker, setup, and a hazer. So someone that's really strong physical, something that's really strong and special, something that can like piss your opponent off, whether it's hazards, status ailment, stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like beginning advice for team building. And making all this content can affect your personal life. Definitely, but luckily I am blessed with a girl that is very understanding of why I'm doing what I'm doing and how much time it takes to put into it. And it's definitely a little stressful sometimes trying to put out so much content, but not stressful to the point where I don't enjoy it. I always enjoy making videos, so it can affect you but if you keep a good head on your shoulders, you should be fine. Fun Sparse, Dun Sparse, Fun Sparse, says, congrats on 15K, Shady. You definitely deserve it. And for the Q&A, what's a Pokemon that you've never used competitively but want to? That's an amazing question. Probably the first thing that comes to mind is Wailord. I've never used a Wailord competitively, and I really want to because it's a freaking Wailord. Definitely. I should be using a Dugong now that I'm thinking about it, since I like sea lions so much. I gotta work that out. But yeah, Wailord. Just Watch 1337 says, if you had to choose one fire, grass, and water starter among all the generations, which would they be? I'd probably choose Totodile. For my water, my grass would probably end up being Bulbasaur because I freaking love Venusaur, and my fire type would probably be. If this is just in game, like, is this? Oh wait, is this real life? No, it's not real life. All right. Otherwise, I'd say Delphox just so I could use Magician and steal things from people. No, I'm just kidding. Probably fire starter. Probably Typhlosion. I love Typhlosion. I kind of want to choose Charizard just so I can fly around on him, but it's not real life, so definitely Typhlosion. Definitely Typhlosion. That one channel says, my question is, what is your major in college and why did you choose it? There's the why did you choose it. I said I'm majoring in business administration, and I chose it because one day I want to open up my, start my own non-for-profit business, or a, I chose it originally because I wanted to start a video game lounge, and I wanted to know how to open up your own business loans, all that stuff. But now, like, more towards, I want to open up a place that works with orphanages. And I don't know if that's going to be anytime soon. It might be something I'll do after I have kids and everything, because I know business can put a stress on family life. But that's why I'm going to school, just so I can learn how to open up my own business when the time comes that I want to. Ryan Newfield says, for the Q&A, is YouTube something that you do for a living, or is it a hobby currently? I'm really interested in that aspect of YouTube and want to get a general consensus for that. YouTube started out as a hobby. It is still a hobby. I think that you get a really good life when you turn a hobby into a career. And I don't think that if a hobby becomes a career, I still think it's a hobby. I don't know what the actual definition of a hobby, but I picture it's something that you enjoy doing other than work. So if your hobby turns into something that generates you money, I think that your hobby, you're just getting paid to enjoy something. So you have a paid hobby now, as opposed to like working like a 9-to-5 that you don't want to work. So right now, it started out as a hobby. It's still pretty much a hobby, but I am starting to make money from it, so that's kind of cool. It's really cool. That's why I love when you guys support me, because it's going to give me the ability to quit my job and just go to school and do YouTube, which will give more times for streams and hanging out with you lovely, Shady people. Tommy Moron asks, for the Q&A, Shady, how did you get into being a musician? Is your album still on iTunes? And would you have any advice for anyone else trying to be a musician? My older brother taught himself piano and guitar, and that pretty much inspired me to start playing, I guess, because he would always be playing and I wanted to play. So I started playing bass when I was 15 or 16, I think 15, maybe younger, 14, no, 15. Started playing bass when I was 15, and then I picked up a guitar, and I've played guitar ever since. I still play bass from time to time, but I love guitar. And my album is not on iTunes. It was only up there for a year because you have to pay every single year. And once I sold like a couple hundred copies, I said, I'm taking it off. So that's gone. And the only advice I could give you is pick an instrument that you really enjoy and don't give up when it gets hard, because it's going to get hard when you start. Like if you pick piano's the hardest instrument, I think. Piano and drums. Really some of the hardest instruments. And it gets really hard, but you can't give up, because you're going to regret giving up instead of being able to play that instrument in the future. Terra Lucian says, oh, my question's for the Q&A. Feel free to choose one or both. What are your thoughts on a Pokemon MMO, kind of like X and Y, free world style, everyone can see each person, etc., etc.? What would be your ideal version of that? I would say I would freaking love it. I would play it every day. I would pay like $20 a month. I would pay $50 a month to play a game like that. I think a Pokemon MMO game would be absolutely fantastic, and I would want it to be like just a regular MMO. Run around, you can click on someone, challenge to a battle. When you challenge someone to a battle, it can go into like your MMO characters can stay standing there, but then it goes into like an arena field, and then you control the Pokemon, because that would be cool. You don't have to control the Pokemon as long as it's an MMO. I don't care, but that's pretty much how I would want it. Clear Games LP. This is only question 31. We still have like 50 more. Clear Games LP says, congrats on 15K. Your channel is growing fast. Must be awesome. But my question is, what's your favorite Pokemon from each generation? That's so much. That's way too much. And if I choose Pokemon right now like that, it's not going to be realistic. But Bulbasaur, second generation, probably Typhlosion, I guess. Third generation, probably. See, starters are only coming to my head right now. I want to say Sceptile. Third generation. I really like Latios. I really do. Not that I really use them often, but I really like Latios. Fourth generation. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't do this question. I can tell you from sixth generation who my favorite Pokemon is. Can I even tell you that? Do I even have a favorite from sixth generation? I can't do this question, Clear Games. I'm sorry. I don't have favorite Pokemon, just Claudia. I can only think about... I like all the Pokemon. Except for, like... What Pokemon do I hate? That would be a better question. What's your least favorite Pokemon? My least favorite Pokemon... What is my least favorite Pokemon? I don't really have one. Alright. Arrowhead asks... congrats on 15K. Many more to come. Also, would you consider battling Hayden? Of course, I will battle anyone. Not that I think that I'll win, but I love battling, so I'll battle any PokeTuber that wants to battle. And Hayden has amazing content. He's one of those other PokeTubers that I've been watching for a long time that I really like. The Professor Luxray asks, question, why are you so awesome? Thank you. But only because of you guys, really. That's the only reason why I do what I do and why I'm excited. As excited as I am. Oh my gosh, English. It's 22 minutes in and my English is going to start failing. Joshua Dingle asks, have you watched much of the TV series of Pokemon? If so, what was your favorite episode? Hard one. That is a hard question, definitely. I haven't watched much of the series. Really just the first 2 seasons. And I think my favorite episode will probably be the Dragonite episode, because I just love the way Dragonite looks outside the lighthouse. And that's pretty much what I can think of. Jack Martin asks, what state do you live in? I live in New York. Venedigerenby says, which PokeTubers do you watch? Would you consider doing showdown videos with others like Blame Truth or Magnitude? I actually watch both those guys. I watch Xenon, Nappy, Hoodlum Scrafty, Patters. I watch a lot of PokeTubers, Moody Pawns. I watch a lot of people. And I would love to collab with people. Of course. I mean, it's just finding the time. Once I can quit my job, I'll be doing a lot more collabing. So hopefully in like a month or 2. Ryan Leleve, I feel like I've heard that name already. Ryan Lelevy asks, how long did it take to grow? How many hours? Oh yeah, I already did this one. This was like the first question. That's weird. All right, Drift Plays MC, one of my favorite subscribers because I always see his comments and I love your support. Who or what was your inspiration for starting YouTube? I've been here for a while now, and I know it's been a question I've always had. My inspiration for starting YouTube was just that I love Pokemon and that I've always wanted to, like I've watched PokeTubers so much, and then it got to a point where I was like, why don't I start doing this? Well, I should say that partly why I started doing YouTube was to almost just meet new people, I guess, like get to interact with new people and like kind of build a community was the main reason, because I started out doing pack openings and I wanted to kind of build a community and get subscribers and then be able to talk to them and all that stuff. And then when I actually moved on to something that I loved doing, which was playing Pokemon, the channel skyrocketed, and yeah, that's the reason why I started doing it, just to kind of make friends and talk to people and see if I can help some people. Lopper John says, when's your birthday? June 26th. And that's very liberal information. Looking for those happy birthday comments in like 6 months. Actilide says, what do you think the hardest subject in school is? Science. I hate science. I don't like science. I'm not a fan of science. Science and history, but science more. Exclusive Turtle asks, how old are you? Someone asked it! Now I have to tell you guys my age. It's been a secret for so long now. I'll tell you. I'm actually 22, and I'll be turning 23 this June 26th. There you go. The cat is right out of the bag. If I had a bag, I'd rip a cat out of it right now. Pokemon Sprite 100 says, congrats on 15K. What's your favorite Pokemon spin-off game? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Ranger, etc. I really haven't played many, but I'm going to have to say the Pokemon Puzzle League for Nintendo 64 is my favorite Pokemon spin-off. That's right. If you haven't played it, you should play it. Either that or the trading card game, but I don't know if that really counts. I would say the trading card game over Puzzle League. Lil Devil 213 says, if you cosplay a Pokemon, who would it be? P.S. I would love to hear you sing. I would cosplay Crawdaunt because everyone would be afraid of my adaptability and it would just be over. Nefi asks, why are you called the Menkes in the GBA? Because it's a name I thought of because New York Yankees, and I was like, oh, New York Menkes, that's kind of a play on words. I like it. Let's be the New York Menkes, and that's why. And I love Menkes. Menkes are amazing Pokemon. Edgy Kamiya says, 15K, whoa, remember when it found you only had 700 subs? What made you start YouTube? I just answered that. Why Shady Penguin? Is it for the Delibird? Also, your beard is awesome. LOL, love you, you loyal sub Crimson. I already talked about what made me start YouTube. Why Shady Penguin? It was just a name that I liked. I remember being in Nips's living room upstairs, and I was just like talking about. Actually, no, it was in South Carolina. Was it? I don't remember where. Can't remember where I thought of the name, but I really liked the name Shady Penguin. I like the word shady, and I was thinking of different animals that could go with it. I don't know why animals. That's just what I chose instead of like tablecloths. I don't know. I chose animals, so I thought of an animal that I liked, and it was Shady Penguin. And then I was thinking of Pokemon that I would want to have as my mascot, and that's what I was thinking of in Nip's living room. And he said the Piplup was garbage, and then I was like, let me do Delibird, because I love Delibird because it's so competitively bad, but it's the giving Pokemon. That's the reason why. It's the giving Pokemon, and that was my main goal with YouTube. Nefi asks, what is your ultimate goal? Dream on YouTube. Look at that. Look at that segue. I didn't even plan it. And how will you be trying to achieve that? Sticking with current recipe or throwing in new series? My ultimate dream or goal on YouTube is to build a really solid community of people that want to help other people and still enjoy Pokemon. Because just because you're helping someone else doesn't mean you can't do something you enjoy, and doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy your own life. I don't really believe in putting yourself in the poorhouse to help someone else. I mean, I guess I do a little bit, but I don't think everyone should have to do that. I would do it, but I think that you should be able to enjoy. You should have a quality of life, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't help other people. That's really how I feel. So, and how do I think I'm going to achieve that? I think the only way I can do it is with you guys, if you guys keep supporting me and stuff. So, with new series, yeah, of course, with new series, I got a couple of those planned. I can't wait till I quit my job so I can start implementing them, because it's kind of tough to just start new series out of the blue. But yeah, you definitely have to adapt. You have to adapt when it comes to keep growing. I need water. I'm so thirsty. Poland Spring. Eraz asks, what is your favorite Mega, preference, and competitive? I would say my favorite Mega right now is Mega Blastoise. It's going to change, of course. And competitively, I like my Mega Scizor because it's a GBA, and it's really a defensive wall, or it can be a super scary offensive Pokemon. Moji6 asks, do you have any advice for people new to competitive battling? I had answered that before. When you start picking a team, you want to build your core, attackers, setups, hazers, etc. The Super Smash Bros. 4 says, do you play any other games besides Pokemon? Yes, I do. I play Hearthstone. I like Kingdom Hearts. I have so many 3DS games that I don't get a chance to play. I love the Zelda series, one of my favorite series of all time. I love the Mario series. I play a lot of different games. Jack Pal asks, what equipment would I need to start Poketubing? You would need, if you want to do a face cam, you'd need a webcam or a camera. You need a 3DS with a capture card or capture board built in, or you can install it yourself if you order it separately. And then you need a really good computer for rendering, editing, and recording said 3DS capture. Gilded Hero asks, if your canoe gets stuck in a tree, how many waffles does it take to get to the moon? 0, because snakes have no armpits. Jack Baldwin asks, how do you find the time to do all your breeding for egg moves and IVs? It's hard. And I'm very grateful because a lot of people on the channel will hook me up with some free stuff, and I'll end up using it. But it doesn't take that long to breed for me. If I choose a Pokemon that I want to breed, I could probably have it fully bred and EV trained in under an hour. Probably, most likely, definitely. So it's not that hard. But it's just basically free time from work or school, or if I'm hanging out with Sarah or she's playing her 3DS, I'll play my 3DS, whatever. Chase Whitney asks, how tall are you, how old are you, and how long have you been playing Pokemon? I've been playing Pokemon since I was 7. I am 22, because I already answered that. And I am 6'2". That's how tall I am, 6'2". Dorian Riss asks, if you could have a Pokemon ability, what would it be? I read this when I saved the question, and I thought about it, and I'd want to have Sturdy, because it'd be awesome to like get hit by a car and then not die. Or like some kind of death thing and then defy it, and then I'd just sit in the hospital, and I'd restore all my health, and then I could have Sturdy again. So it's just a free one shot. I love it. That's flipping awesome. Question 55. Dorian Riss asks, did I just do you? I just did. Well, you got another question. Do you even lift? Do you? Huh? Dorian, nope. I just did so many questions. Jose Tube says, what is your favorite Pokemon gen? Probably 6th gen, actually. It was 2nd gen for the longest time. Nostalgia tells me 2nd gen. But 6th gen has brought so much to the competitive scene and the community that I think 6th gen is definitely my favorite gen. Sonic Blade 00 asks, if you won $50 million in a jackpot or lotto or some sort of giveaway, what would you do with it? It's a very good question and gives us insight into your personal character. If I won $50 million, I would continue YouTubing, and I would quit my job, and I'd probably still go to school, and I would invest whatever I would need to invest in order to secure a good life for my family and my kids and my grandkids, which probably wouldn't be as much as you think. Probably like 10 million would probably be all I would need to take from that. And then I would definitely start up so many like non-for-profits with the 40 million. I would help so many people. That would be absolutely amazing. I would also take care of my close family, my brothers and my mom and dad and my girlfriend's family. So but I would have like $30 million to just help random people, which would be awesome. Ben MC asks, why do you have 2 N's at the end of your name? Oh ho ho! Because there's 2 N's, not 1. That's all I can say. No, it's because when I wanted to do Shady Penguin, someone else had Shady Penguin with 1 N, and I was just like, let me see how it looks with 2 N's. And I liked the way it looked. So I was like, I'm keeping Shady Penguin with 2 N's. There it is. Sahal Parmar asks, hey Shady, grats on 15K. In the future, could you do a showdown tournament or something similar with subscribers? I'm actually doing that charity tournament for Erin, and I do plan on hosting monthly tournaments, free to enter tournaments, once this secret project that I have is done. I plan on actually hosting a lot of tournaments in the future, a lot of different events actually. So I'm excited. That's a little bit in the future, maybe like 6 months down the road. Jesus Bear asks, what do you think is in need of a Mega Evolution the most and why? I think that Pidgeot should get a Mega Evolution because Pidgeot is an OG Pokemon and it's an amazing Pokemon. It's just there's so much nostalgia and I wanted to have a Mega Evolution, and that's the only reason why. I mean, because it's just Pidgeot. Like, you want Mega Pidgeot on the field. That hair, what would that hair do? Like, Ampharos grew hair out of nowhere. Pidgeot's like hair on the top of his head that goes all the way down to like his backside would be, I don't even know what they could do to it. Isaac Loring asks, if you could choose one Pokemon to get a Mega Evolution, which would it be? And what do you think would look like? I just described the Mega Pidgeot. Come on, brother. Rick Sorius asks, how important is sticking to OU Pokemon when entering an OU tier battle? If you're new, pretty important because you don't want to be outclassed from the start. If you're a veteran, I think that it's completely possible to win an OU match with like UU Pokemon. I really do. I think the further down you go, the tougher it will get. Like, I'm not going to go off and say that a really good OU player and a really good RU player. I think that the RU player is really going to have to be a lot better than the OU player. It basically comes down to the player skill. You could have a really crappy person using all OU Pokemon, the best Pokemon, and an RU professional can come in and stomp. So it really depends on the trainer. Hipster Hypno asks, how is your beard so magnificent? Oh my lord. Will Mono Monday maybe come back soon, pretty please? Also, grats. The beard, you just gotta rub it and it grows, so that's why. Miracle Grow, it definitely helps too when you just swallow loads of Miracle Grow. And Mono Monday, I really want Mono Monday to come back, but I want to do it in X and Y. I don't want to just do it on Showdown, that's why it's been taking so long. But it'll definitely come back to the channel. I don't know when, but it will come back. Maybe when I quit my job. Question, what other languages do you speak? This is from 9Lizardon9. Also, what are your origins? I mean, where did you grow up and where did your parents come from? Oh, I know, maybe you should make a draw of my life. I'm not making a draw of my life anytime soon because I suck at drawing. Maybe for like 50K subscribers. I don't know. I don't speak any other languages. I know this is going to disappoint you guys, but I don't speak any other languages. My origins, I'm Italian. I grew up in New York, and I still live in New York on Long Island. And my parents both grew up on Long Island. My dad spent a lot of time in Florida, though. He actually might have grown up in Florida. Not really entirely sure, but yeah. No, he didn't. I don't know, possibly. Renato Garcia says, are you excited for Pokebank? What the heck is Pokebank? Everyone keeps talking about Pokebank like, oh, well, Pokebank's going to come out real soon. They'll let you transfer Pokemon. I don't even think Nintendo believes in Pokebank anymore. So I think lies. It's never coming out. I'm excited for when it does, but it's never coming out. Yorick Weas asks, do you get hate? And if you do, how to react? I do get some hate. And they usually try to respond in a positive manner depending on how heavy the hate is. If the hate is really heavy, I will respond defending myself. If I think they're wrong. If they're just hating on me, then I just ignore them. Like, if they're just haters, they're like, oh man, Claudia sucks. I'm just going to be like, you're ignorant because Claudia wrecks shop. And I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to think that, laugh, and then skip over their comment. Super Effective says, how did you get into YouTube? Actually, I want to go back really quick. I do get hate from people too in real life, actually, for being a YouTuber. A lot of people like make fun of me, like, oh, look, it's some people at work call me Shady Pigeon. I know I'm gonna regret telling you guys that, but they say, oh, look, Shady Pigeon's coming. Oh no! But then I have people at work that really respect me because they do. But I just ignore the haters. They don't even matter. They're gonna suck it. That's it. Super Effective asks, how did you get into YouTube and what would be the best way to start? I talked about how I just went in head first. You make a name, you start uploading, and that's really the best way to start. Choose something you're passionate about. Don't choose something just to do something. If you don't love it, it's not going to work. And I know that's a fact because I tried doing trading card game. That wasn't my fact. Like opening packs. I tried doing pack openings and it wasn't my passion, and that's why that didn't pan out. So make sure you do something you love and do it consistently, and appreciate the people that support you because they're the only reason why you'll maybe one day make it big. Samantha Yokusa asks, I'm not sure if you've answered this before or if this is a joke, but you always say English is my fourth language. Yes, that is a joke. Basically, if I stutter over my words, it's a joke that my friends and I have been saying for as long as I can remember. Probably like, I don't know. I really don't know how long, but every time, I can't think of a time we didn't say it. Maybe we were in like high school, but like it's just, if you can't speak English correctly, it's just, oh, English is my third language. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just a joke. I don't speak any other languages. I barely speak Spanish from high school. Diego de Luna says, hey, Shady, I have a question for you, your Q&A, your top 3 favorite PokeTubers. That's really tough. I'd have to say Xenon, definitely, because of how much I've watched over the years. Xenon, definitely. I really like Hoodlum's Crafty stuff. He probably would make my top 3. It's really tough for me to make a top 3 because there's so many good ones like Magnitude, King Nappy, Patters, Sacred Fire. Like, there's a lot of people that I like watching. Kristen, there's a lot of people. So I'm just going to say that definitely Xenon, Hoodlum's Crafty, and probably Nappy. I loved watching Nappy stuff over this past year. Like, not 2014, but over 2013. I really loved watching his stuff. Like, his LPs were hilarious. So, possibly. Top 3 is hard, man. Top 3 is hard. There's so many great PokeTubers. Lackland Kylie asks, what do you think of the most underpowered Pokemon introduced in Gen 6? I'd say the most overpowered... I'm going to bar Megas from this because that's a touchy subject. But I'd say probably the most overpowered would probably be Talonflame. I'd say Talonflame, definitely. Even with a 4 times weakness to Stealth Rocks, I'd still say English is my 4th language. I still say Talonflame. Underpowered, I don't know, any pre-evolution. I don't really look at underpowered Pokemon. I'm sorry, I can't really answer that. I can't answer it. Arctic Maniac 1365 said, why did you start the channel? What do you hope to get out of this experience? What's your favorite outcome of having had this channel so far? I started this channel because I wanted to, like I said, grow a community of people that can help people. What do you hope to get out of this experience? I hope to help people. I hope that I can find people that are as willing to help people as I am. And I also hope to kind of learn a lot about Pokemon. I really want to learn. I want to be the best battler that I can be, and I want to help people also with that, or help them in any other way I can. And my favorite outcome so far is probably twofold. Probably all the friends that I've made. It's really crazy when you watch people for like years, or even just a year, 2 years, and then you're talking to them. Like, you become, instead of just being a viewer, you're a peer. Like, it's a really crazy, weird feeling, hard to explain. So that's one of my favorite outcomes, is like people like Magnitude and Hoodlum's Crafty, that like now I talk to them and we're just kind of just chill. Like, we're just chill people. Like, they'd probably go on a Skype call with me right now if I called them. Maybe. And also I love the fact what we're doing for Erin, raising money. That's definitely, because that's my ultimate dream, is to help people. So the fact that you guys are backing that, definitely, that's probably more so than the whole having friends with the Pokemon community, because it's just cool to see other people that are willing to help. Jesus Ibarra says, besides Pokemon, are there any other games you would like to upload? I'd like to upload Kingdom Hearts at some point, like when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. I would like to upload Hearthstone. I would love to do Zelda LPs, but right now I'm just going to stick with Pokemon for a while until we grow and we evolve. Josiah O'Sullivan says, if you could choose between world peace and living in the Pokemon world, who would your starter be? Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, with those kind of options, if I'm living... World peace. I'd probably go with Charmander because Charmander eventually can be Charizard. Charizard can fly and he wrecks shop. So yeah, I'd probably go. Is there any other starters that fly? No. Charizard, definitely. What helped give you the motivation to make Pokemon make videos before you became well known? I love doing it. So I kept doing it. I mean, and you can ask Sarah, but there would be times when I was pumped. Like my video got 100 views today. Like when my video the total views would be like 137 and I'd be ecstatic. Because I loved doing it. Like when I did my Emerald Randomizer. I loved doing it. I loved responding to comments, so I just kept doing it. Like, it didn't matter to me how many people... Like, it mattered to me how many people were watching, because it was cool to see, like, 100 views on a video. Meanwhile, like, 15 or 20 of those were probably from me refreshing the page. But, I just enjoyed being able to interact with the few people that I had. It didn't so much matter the numbers, and I just kept going, and then all of a sudden, all you shady people showed up and changed my life. Some1 says, hypothetically, would you let the government experiment on your body? And in return, receive anything that can be bought on Earth. Doesn't really have to do anything with Pokemon, but it'd just be fun to answer. I probably wouldn't let the government experiment on my body. It really doesn't matter what they could give me. Yeah, you're not experimenting on me. Sorry. Void Diamond says, "Here's my question. I really hope you answer it. What was your expectations for starting out the channel? What do you hope for the future? Thank you so much for being awesome. Thank you for being awesome. Like I said, I want this channel to get as big as possible so that we can help as many people as possible. That's really my ultimate goal, is to really... And you know what? There are going to be people that don't believe me. There are going to be people that think that I'm just saying that and that it's not genuine. And you know, to those people I say, I'm sorry that you're so bitter and you're so closed off and that you can't possibly think that there's people that want to help other people, because that's really what I want to do. I also want to grow a community of Pokemon players that trust each other, that you can depend on each other, a place where we can come and battle, learn from each other, have tournaments, all that stuff. Like, I still love Pokemon. Like, I don't want to just be able to help people and then never play Pokemon again. I will probably always play Pokemon. So, that's the other thing I hope for this channel. Ace of Pawn, it says, Shady, do you use gel in your hair? So what brand? Awesome vids, man. Keep them coming. I use Axe. I use the blue one. I think it's Smooth. I don't know what it is, but it's blue. It's like a gel. You rub it on your hands. It's very important that you rub it on your hands first, and it has to get white, and then you rub it in your hair. That's the gel that I use. And speaking of, my hair keeps doing stupid things. Gaming Pixel says, what do you think of Germany? Actually, hold on. Sarah. Guys, Sarah's going to be in the video now because you guys asked that Sarah had to be in it. So Sarah, say hello to all the shady people.
Hello.
So that's Sarah. That's my lady French. And we only have a couple questions that, like, I could have involved her with, so I didn't want to make her sit here awkwardly throughout the whole video while I'm answering. I mean, she did it off camera, but you guys didn't have to watch her sit awkwardly. So Gaming Pixel says, what do you think of Germany? So what do you think of Germany?
It's the best country.
It's the best country. Why is it the best country?
Because I'm German.
Because she's German. So yes, I think Germany is fantastic. There are plenty of good things that came out of Germany, let me tell you, including this one. 7 Kung Fu Panda. Why don't you read this question?
Oh, and question. What's your G friend's name? Don't know if this is already asked.
What's your name?
Sarah.
She's Sarah. Sarah Marie, if you want to know her middle name. Now you can look her up on places. Freshy7 says, when did you and your girlfriend meet and how did you meet? Congrats, dude, make! Explanation point, smiley face. So, when did we meet?
2011?
You sure?
We started dating in 2012?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I was testing her. So we met in 2011. How did we meet?
At church.
We met at church.
Yeah.
Wow. So in 2011 we met at church. Mr. Froy Kazuki says, is your girlfriend a fan of Pokemon like you?
I am. I'm just really bad.
So she's a fan of Pokemon, but she's really bad. Because she basically, you probably started playing because of me, right?
Yeah, I don't remember the types,
Yeah.
names. It's just fun.
It's more casual than anything. So she's not a Pokemon fan like me. Like, she's not die-hard, hardcore. I'm going to go to my grave with Squirtle carved in on my tombstone. But she plays. We battle. I mean, I win. But if you guys ever want to see those battle, hashtag ShadyBattleSarah, and I'll show you guys one of those battles sometime. Elvo Zicht asks,
how long have you been together with your girlfriend, and how did you two meet?
How long?
Well, 2 years and a month on Sunday.
2 years and a... Wow, she's got it on lock. 2 years and a month on Sunday, and we already talked about how we met at church. I think that's it. I think that's all the questions. So, we did it. That was very long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you left a like rating. There's going to be update video about 20K because we're already at 21,000, and we got to do something for that. I really don't know what I'm going to do for that because I am at a loss. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.